Yo, what's up, everybody? Reggie Kimball of the Stickmen blog coming to you from my basement. About to tell you a little something. I recently had a chance to kick it with my boy Beau Rakes at the Havana Cigars ATL down off of Auburn Avenue. If you're in there, check them out downtown Atlanta. Shout out to Heather and Rafa for opening up the joint to us. We had a great time. We did a little puffing. We did a little sipping. We did a little chatting. I'm actually sipping on a little Jameson tonight. It's not my typical drink, I ain't gonna lie. But my boy Beau loves him some Jameson, and we sat back and we kicked it over some Jameson, some good cigars, and really just had a general good time. So check us out. If you don't know who Beau is, Beau has his own podcast with a bunch of subscribers. He lives down in the Dominican Republic, and he not only lives down there, he kind of goes back and forth between the Dominican Republic and the ATL. But he also, he's kind of like the unofficial ambassador of the Dominican Republic is what I call him, because he actually represents a lot of expats who want to come down, look for properties. And he really drops some knowledge on our podcast about how, you get that shit done and do business and really kind of break away from the matrix, as we like to say, and dabble in a little bit of fuckery, as he also likes to say. But check us out, Reggie Kimball and Beau Rakes on the Stickmen podcast. Peace.
But man, I think it's like, I love the relationship of where somebody actually can come to DR like you did. We met over there and we had a good time and just post up and smoke some sticks, drink some whiskey.
And we made business contact. That's what's so beautiful about it.
Yeah.
Because here we are right now.
Yeah, and that's the reason I got into cigars. Like, my dad smoked cigars, but he would smoke anything from a Cuban to a Tampa Nugget. He just liked cigars.
Okay. So my interestingly enough, my father got me, who lives in Miami, actually got me into cigars as well. And for the longest, I wasn't interested.
Right.
Just like I wasn't interested in playing golf, none of the things that he was doing. But now I do all that shit.
I tell people now, like, I've never seen a fight in a cigar lounge. Never. And when I started my business, like back in the day, I used to be a real estate appraiser here in Atlanta, and I would be like going to all different around town, and I would go to sometimes to close a deal, sometimes to celebrate a baby. Sometimes when you're celebrating or doing business or networking, you gotta know how to network. You gotta when you go to somebody and they might want to meet at a cigar spot. You got to be prepared for that. When I don't golf, but when I go golfing with my buddies who do, I drive the caddy and I pour the liquor.
Well, that's the best job to have.
Yeah.
Because golf is frustrating as hell.
Right. And so, like, actually, the place when I bought my land at Playa Dorado, across from Playa Dorado, it's the only golf course up that way.
Okay.
So my subdivision is directly across from a golf course, and I make sure I did that. So when my guys come, I got your cigars. We can go golf, and I'm gonna have a couple bags. So you go across the way. But I just feel like cigars is a good way to bring people together. So
it is.
Every city, every country I go to a cigar lounge.
I done said it many times on this podcast that the stick is great, but it's about the relationships that you make, man. I can't stress that enough.
And then just so happen to be in DR, the plug of cigars, and I get to smoke all different types of cigars.
They sell more worldwide than anybody.
And it was back in the day. My dad and them, of course, they smoked. All the guys, his cousins from Texas and stuff, they all smoked the Cubans because it was the nostalgia of it being outlawed, hard to get, and stuff like that. So I was like anti-Cubans. I wouldn't smoke no Cuban cigars because all the ones I had smoked were either fakes or I didn't like the taste.
Yeah, it kind of turns you off because everybody's trying to peddle some shit on you. Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't want no damn Cuban cigar. And so now I think this Clandestino is a Cuban, right?
Cuban seed. Okay.
Cuban seed.
All right.
Like, this is a good cigar. I'm smoking the Clandestino. Like clandestine activity.
Yeah, I know, right?
Right up my alley. And now that I'm getting into cigars more, so I'm getting into the bands. So now I'm looking at everybody artwork in the bands and like we talked about.
That's right. So now that's inspiring you with your band, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because my colors is red and black, and 9 times 10, mine is gonna have a big rake on it and say something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. And so I want to get back to something that I left everybody with a few minutes ago.
Right.
I'm the blessing.
Big blessing.
So I wasn't sure I was the blessing. I always felt like I was the blessing, but you told me, I'm the blessing, you the blessing. Mm-hmm. What's the blessing all about? What does that mean?
The blessing is all about, it's like I add value. Sometimes I might not have money, but I have the contacts and the network to add value.
That's right.
Money, and the blessing ain't always about the money. It's about your net worth.
That's right.
Your network. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
you giving back, you helping people a lot.
Exactly. Yeah. And then that's why I have a lot of free game. A lot of people call me, like, whether they want to buy land, they want to do this. Sometimes people call me, other business guys want to get cigars. Mm-hmm. And I give them the factory info. I give them my info. Mm-hmm. And then some guys are like, man, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
I said, just return the blessing.
I saw one of your videos where you were brokering a land deal. Is that right?
Yeah.
Helping somebody who wanted to buy land.
Yeah, and I got
to do that on a regular basis?
I do that because big blessing, because I have the connection and I did. And like I say, I've been staying there 7 years. Mm-hmm. So if somebody, I already got the blueprint. I already know the contracts. I already know the realtors. And a lot of people don't understand, the North Coast of Sosua was settled by a lot of Jewish people after the Holocaust.
I didn't know that.
So the Dominican government gave them refuge. And so you have a lot of Germans, you have a lot of Jewish, Russians, or Jewish people. Mm-hmm. So my realtors are German. Okay. A lot of people I deal with are Jewish.
Okay.
And they have the Jewish museum over there. Mm-hmm. You can't go to a place and not get in touch with the roots. Mm. And so it's like somebody coming to Atlanta and not getting with the right black people in Atlanta. Atlanta is a black-run city.
It is.
So a lot of people go there and they just want to deal with the brothers. Mm-hmm. But I deal with one of my homegirls. She owns the biggest textile export company in DR. She's German.
Okay.
And so I'm at the table. A lot of times I'm the only brother at the table. Mm-hmm. But I'm in these circles that the average people can't get into.
Okay.
Because they just so comfortable with what they say. A lot of times, a lot of brothers, they travel and they get with the brothers and they never get outside.
They never expand out.
They never expand. So they take the same motto they have in the States and they take it abroad. But they don't they circle don't even expand in the States because they
stay closed in. Too closed in.
Too closed in. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, when I'm sending work to my realtors. I'm getting them more work. Mm-hmm. I'm sending more work to the landscapers, the developers. I'm blessing everybody.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying that's a blessing. You add value. And if you can't, if you can't add value to people, ain't nobody. If you're not useful, you're useless.
That's right.
And a lot of people think that's a negative thing. You got to be useful.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Give value. So if a brother like me wanted to, if I chose the DI as sort of my final kind of place that I want to kick back and make my forever home,
right?
Should I rent or should I buy? What should I do? I've heard actually different opinions on that.
When you buy in DR, you pay taxes on your land or your property one time. You don't have to pay taxes anymore. Unlike America, you basically like leasing your land. Mm-hmm. You own the house, but you don't own the land. So that's why you pay taxes every year. And then if you can have a $500,000 house, $1 million house paid for, if you don't pay the taxes for a year or two, somebody can buy your tax lien and you still got to pay that or you lose your profit, no matter how much you pay.
Okay.
So when I bought my property, I paid taxes one time and I got the deed to it.
Okay.
So for instance, I tell people, so what I'm building a structure for, a four-unit condo for, is under $200,000. Just to put the numbers together.
Okay.
Now, if you was to go buy something at the retail, it'll cost you $4. You know what I mean? 4 or 5. Mm-hmm. So I buy the land. The land went at triple the value in like 2 years, and so I can sell the land and walk.
This is all in the DR.
All in the DR. Wow. So. Like the cat, what's the dude named Kevin Samuels?
Yeah.
He was talking about a high value man. You know, and I think that's dope. And he said a high value man has to make at least $100,000 3 years consecutively.
Okay.
But when you can be, a lot of people want to live up to that high value standard. But I'm not playing in that field. I'm like an NBA player that go play in China. You know, I'm still getting my bread because I got low overhead. So,
that's right. Yeah.
You know, some people need $1 million. I can do the same thing with 100,000 that the cat is doing with $1 million.
Yeah.
So I know cats that make $200,000-$300,000 a year, and they don't take no vacation. But 1 week in Miami, 1 week in Vegas, like I met
that shit sucks.
It sucks.
What do you mean? That's the corporate life.
And I met a dude. I tell this story all the time. I was in Miami at not Wet Willie's. I was at another little spot, like some little spot similar to Fat Tuesdays. I met this dude from New Zealand, and he had a bucket of beer. He looked like a big, like one of the world's toughest men type. Like he was going to play for that, like try for that shit the next day. He had a bucket of 12-pack of beer on ice. And I was like, let me get a beer. He said, I was ordering a beer and it was full. He was like, man, here go a beer. And I'm like, he's like, how long you gonna be in town? Shit, I'll be here a week. How long you gonna be here? Shit, I'll be here to February. It was November. I said, what? He said, I'll never forget, I was 25. He said, well, we come here from New Zealand, and we take at least 3-4 months vacation. My family got a house here. When I left that place and I left that man, I said, I don't know nobody in my life, in my circle, in my family, in my friends
that's doing that.
That's taking a 3-month vacation. So I said, I'm going to change my life.
3-month vacation, folks. I've never had a 3-month vacation, bro.
It would change your life.
I got fired once, and then I was off 3 months by default. But I never taken a 3-month vacation.
So ever since then, I restructured my life to take a 3-month vacation. I tell people, like when me and my girl got together, and I was in Afghanistan. I worked for MARTA here for 15 years.
Okay, so that's what you did before?
I worked for MARTA.
Becoming Beau Rakes.
Yeah.
You were working for MARTA. Okay.
I worked for MARTA.
So transportation.
I did logistics for them. I had like 5 or 6 jobs within the company. I started working at MARTA when I was 19. Yeah. So that was like my first job outside of high school.
Wow.
And I started...
Well, that's a hell of a job, though, still, for somebody right out of high school.
I bought my first house at 20 years old. I bought my first house on Sylvan Road.
How the hell you even make that happen at 20 years old, man?
But that was my granddaddy was real wise, and he was my daddy was an entrepreneur. My other grandfather was an entrepreneur. My granddad on my mom's side was always like, keep you a job. It'll keep you out of the street, keep you out of jail.
That's true.
And so my dad was like, always be a hustler. Don't never let nobody else pay you. So I did both. I've always sold T-shirts. Like I said, I was a real estate appraiser. I had I cut grass on the side. I did all type of little side hustles, But when I got my first job, I just had turned 19, and I had worked, and I saved, and I got with a credit union instead of a big bank. And so I got my credit up. I think my credit score was like 768. And I had the money for the down payment. But my first house, I still stayed at my mama's house. So I bought a rental property. Okay. But it was my I got a first time home buyer loan. But I never, and I just rented out. I still stayed at my mama's house. So after the mortgage, I was. So from a young man, you were entrepreneurial. Right. Yeah. I didn't know how I was going to figure it out to do it. I just figured it out. That was one of my goals. So right before my 21st birthday, I had closed on my house. And I think after I paid the mortgage and what I was getting from Section 8, I was positive cash flow $400 a month. Wow. And so
that's passive income already at 21 years old. 20 years old.
Yeah, exactly. And so when I was like, I said, you know what? I got to restructure my life. And being able to, and that's why I never had kids, because everybody I worked around.
So no children?
No children. Okay. I can't afford children.
Dude, children are expensive. I love my kids, but damn, y'all cost me a lot of money.
What happened was, a lot of guys at MARTA, they was unhappy. And no matter how much money they made, one guy said, after I pay my child support and my bills, I only got enough money for a joint and a six-pack. And I would hear all these stories. I was like, I can't live like that. I just wouldn't live like that. But, and I was like, when I quit my job, my homeboy was working in Afghanistan, MF, and he was doing IT. Okay. And he was like, man, you always talking about, you want to change your life. Here's the opportunity. And then I looked at, he had a homegirl. This is about how you got to have connections. He had a homegirl that was in HR.
Who is important. Yeah.
He had a homegirl that was in HR. And she looked at my resume and seen I only had one job. And I had all these credentials from this one job. And I had ran warehouses for 5 years. Every aspect of a warehouse, shipping, receiving, POs, all that. And so she gave me a logistics job in Afghanistan. I was shipping all the guns back from the government. When the soldiers done with their tour, I was the logistics guy for the guns. And I shipped all the guns back. So I had like a high profile job. I still have a security clearance.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And so when I was over in Afghanistan, I was like, man, I'm going to pick me a contract up, and then when my contract is over, I said, where in the world am I going to live? I go anywhere in the world and live.
And but that exposed you right away at a pretty young age to living abroad.
I've been in Dubai 6 times.
Wow.
Because,
I'm still trying to go the first time.
Yeah. So my layover was always being Dubai. So I would always pick 2 or 3 days before I had to be back to work, chill and hang out in Dubai. I would use my connects with some of these other guys and just piggyback on what they was doing in Dubai. But I was over there, I said, man, I want to live for free. I'm going to live for free. And if you purchasing a home, you can buy a house up to a quadplex under one as owner occupied. So, that's why I was like, we'll get a duplex. Okay. And so I was my girl was like holding me down, sending me like care packages and stuff like that. Right. She was I had my deal. I was setting up my deal so I could come back to the A, and had a project, but on the last day of closing, my deal fell through. And it was a duplex. My girl said, you know what? I see what you're doing. I see the vision you got. Fuck it. We can just get it together. And so, and in 4 years, 5 years, this is our second duplex. Okay. But the duplex changed our life because we had one in Decatur, not too far from downtown Decatur. So my dad came by. He helped us remodel. So what we did 2 things. Okay. All right. We slow flipped the house. Okay. And we lived for free. So we went in, bought a house, fixed up one side of Airbnb it. And then, after 2 years, we got everything we invested in the house. And after you stay, you don't get the capital gains tax if you stay in the house over a year. Okay. So we got all the positive cash flow from the rental, and when we sold it, we got the money from the flip. So we'll buy a house, stay in it for at least 2 years, and flip it, and move on to the next. Now we're in another duplex. So you did this throughout your 20s? This was like right from 30s. 30s at this point. After I came back from Afghanistan and stuff like that, but I was still coming back, start my landscaping business because I wanted to vacation for the 3 months. What can I do? I know how to cut grass. I've always cut grass. Okay. And I made it. So you did the work yourself. You're not talking about going out and getting a team out there. No, you did it. I did it. And then I started making money just subbing the work out because my tree guys, my gutter guys, my pressure washing guys, a lot of guys don't do the work to legalize their company with the insurance and all the proper things. So when you go to bid on the job, you got to put your company packet down and get proved to be a vendor. So once you get proved to be a vendor, you got to have some more connections. That's right. So I ended up meeting a girl, and she was one of the biggest property managers in Buckhead. And so she says, she gave me all her shitty projects, all her shitty, what's her name? But it was my first commercial. Okay. She said, I'm going to give you my shitty one, a couple of the shitty ones to see how you do. And I did great on them, and then I started getting better contracts. So then when I say I know tree guys who need work, but they can't get the contracts. So I get 20% from them. If it's a $10,000 job, I get 20%. And so it's just stuff like that. So I still do that. Yeah. Damn. So this man, now, okay, I was already impressed and said you're my hero. Now I'm even more impressed the fact that from such a young age, man, you figured out some shit that I'll be honest, I didn't. I had a different mindset. I thought I had to have a job. And now, later on in life, I'm very entrepreneurial, but I wish I had this 20 years ago. Right. And see, what Marta allowed me to do is get my CDLs at 20 years old. Okay. So I still have CDLs. So sometimes I got never have to worry about work. No. So sometimes, like last year, one of the homies called me. He was driving a box truck. He said, "Man, I need a teammate. I need a team driver." Went out there. I did that under my logistics company LLC because I always had my landscape and my logistics company separate. Okay. So I just followed that under my logistics and went and drove trucks and put that down. Now when I come back, like me and my cousin, we about to go have he gonna get a truck. I'm gonna get a truck and let somebody else put it in. Right here. Yeah, and let somebody else run it because I just want to. Because I don't think dollars no more. I think pesos. So I make dollars and I go spend my pesos over there and I got to carry the world. And the money goes a lot further. Yeah. And that's why I say about the international. I would say that's why I want to retire in any of the Caribbean countries. Not all of them, but some of them. Your money goes a lot further. But not only that, and this is the things that got me. I'm not a nigga in DR. I'm writing a book right now called "I Don't Want to Be Your Nigga No More." What? Okay, when this book gonna be finished? I don't know when it's gonna be finished. I'm writing it. I'll listen. So you got to come back on the Puff Chat podcast and talk about it when it's ready. I was listening to Goody Mob back in the day on 8 Ball song. It's called "Backyard Mississippi." Okay. And CeeLo said, "Let's I don't want to be your nigga no more." Yeah. And I said, I remember that. Yeah. And then when I got to DR, and I had cut my hair, I was just walking through,
What, you had dreads or something?
I had dreads before, but I cut my hair down. Right, okay. But it's like, they thought I was Dominican. And so I moved. They thought,
Are you fluent?
No, fluent in Spanish?
Yeah.
I speak about 30%. I can get...
But you're making it happen.
I make it happen.
Okay, all right.
And so I've never been called a nigga over there. Somebody get mad over here in another nationality, they're gonna call it. First thing they're gonna call you is a nigga. Yeah. They get mad over there, they're gonna tell you, kiss my ass, you motherfucker, this is
just another person.
Just another person. Yeah. I'm not a nigga. So we remove that. And I want to be somewhere where I'm not a nigga. So, and that was just my thing. I'm talking to America, like, I don't be a nigga no more. So I'm exploring other countries,
And why the DR, all the countries you could have been in?
Thing was, this is what you got taking place. Infrastructure, lifestyle. Santo Domingo look like Miami.
It does.
So you can go down there. I can go to Victoria Porterhouse in the capital and get me a $60 steak, put on my loafers and my linen pants if I want that type of vibe. Also go to the countryside where we met at and just chill out.
That's right.
It gave me every different things I want. I can get the fly lifestyle. I can get the country lifestyle. Cheap. I don't like to use cheap, but affordable, economical flights from America, direct flights, and I can get back to America if anything happened in 5 hours.
Okay,
2.5 hour flight. Riff-raff to get to the airport. So that was that. And then next door to Haiti, I've been in Haiti a couple times.
I noticed that you have some podcasts that you did from Haiti, and that's like that's a hot skip and a jump, right? Because they share the island. What do you take a bus over there? Or?
So normally I fly from Miami to Haiti and I catch the bus from Haiti to DR. It's about a 6, 7, 8 hour drive or something.
Okay.
But I go to Haiti and hang out because Haiti was the first Black republic, and I wanted to be in touch with my brothers.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I've never been to Haiti. Is it beautiful?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful and way more expensive than DR. I would never thought.
Really?
Yeah. Way more expensive.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you miss the U.S.?
Never.
So it's safe to say that in terms of where you make your primary residence, it won't be here. It's always going to be somewhere else.
I would have some positive cash flow coming from the U.S., but I'm not working until I'm 70 years old.
Coronavirus is here.
It is.
The shit's gotten worse.
It got worse.
How's it doing in the DR down there?
A knock on wood, where's the wood at? This has been the best year I've ever fucking had. 2020. I feel like a lot of people who didn't have a business kind of suffered. So if Corona first hit off, I went to drive trucks because the essential, a lot of people needed supplies. So the logistics company was booming. So I just went and drove trucks. So I was able to go to another hustle that I had going on that I could already do. And I drove all winter. And then when March came time for me to, go and cut grass and do that stuff like that, a lot of people was either cutting their own grass, they didn't want to come into contact with a lot of people. Then I was like, man, you know what? I ain't with my Airbnb. I've been living for free for 4 years. So a lot of times you had to.
You've been living for free for 4 years?
Yeah, probably 4 years. We probably paid the mortgage 6 times. Yeah, like right now, we got.
This is crazy, y'all. I'm just soaking all this in, man. I'm just soaking all this in.
And a lot of people come to my house and they see we live in the basement. Upstairs is fly, renovated, everything. It was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage upstairs. But we got on the site with the travel nurses. So a lot of times, we got 3 travel nurses staying. They booked in November. They stay until June.
Okay.
So that's...
Book November, stay until June. Okay.
Right. So that's damn near 8 months.
Yep.
At a premium. So the mortgage and the house bills, water, electric, and everything, plus positive cash flow is paid by them. And we just downstairs living for free. So we ain't felt that hit, knock on wood, but we was better prepared than most people. My girl got a cleaning business. So a lot of times she might go clean a house.
Cleaning business down in
here in Atlanta.
Oh, here in Atlanta. Okay.
Yeah, she managed about 4 or 5 other Airbnbs for other people.
Okay.
Like one of her clients, they live in LA. and they got a house here.
So she's making sure everything's set up, booking, taking care of the guests and all that.
Yeah, she handles all their booking, and so she's cleaning and managing.
Okay.
And so sometimes she be like, "Yo, they need a landscaper." Okay, I'm on that. Roger that.
Okay.
So now I'm getting that business too. And so what I did this year was when I took my vacation, I gave all my business, one of my homeboys that was building his landscaping business. I gave him pretty much all my clients who wanted to shift. And I got a percentage of that too, or like a little kickback.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But what they say, pennies in the pound make dollars out the wild. You know what I mean? So I ain't thinking dollars, I'm thinking pesos. So YouTube paid my rent in DR. You know what I mean? So whatever I make from YouTube, it paid my rent. So I'm sitting there, home taking care of, this house taken care of. You see, I got my business down there.
I see you got that.
Yeah.
Go back to YouTube for a second, man. That you have two different things too. I noticed also, not only do you have just regular YouTube, you got 10,000 subscribers, you got a lot of people viewing it, but I also noticed you have a monthly subscription to the YouTube. What's the difference between people who are just viewing what's going on with all the different videos you're putting out, but then they subscribe? What do they get for subscribing?
You subscribe?
A monthly subscription, let's say that.
I make my monthly subscription like very affordable. The minimum is 99 cents, or like $1. The other one is like $1.99. The other is like $3.99. But when I build my house over there, I'm going to show everybody. That's going to be like probably like a $10 a month thing for like 6 months. The bill is set to take 4 to 6 months. Okay, 4 on the low end, 6 on the high end. And a lot of people, you gonna see me as a lot of times jobs don't come in on budget, so you'll be able to see what it cost me, what I went through and things like that. But some of the subscription is you get one-on-one time. You want to FaceTime, video chat. I answer your questions. I might post some just random videos to the subscription people that I don't post on what's name. Like I might talk about certain things that I can't talk about on the public channel. So you got a subscription, I'll give you that. If you guys say, hey man, make a video about this, I got you. Okay. Yeah. All right. Shit.
So that's what it is. They get that monthly subscription. They get very more kind of up close and personal relationship with Beau Rakes.
Yeah. So shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. That's one of the big YouTube. He got like 100,000 subscribers. But every time I call him or shoot him a message, he always pick up, give me word of advice, just.
Wait, O'Shea Jackson? That ain't the O'Shea Jackson.
What O'Shea? No, what Duke?
Oh, I don't know this.
He does Manosphere.
Oh, okay. I got to check that out. I haven't checked that out.
Yeah, you got to check his YouTube out.
Okay.
He's like
Manosphere. Check that out.
Yeah, okay. he does I think he's in I think he's in Ghana right now. Okay. But he's a very cool brother.
So you're another globetrotter.
Yeah.
Is he American?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's I think he's in school to be a doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, and but he got the YouTube game figured out. He got like 3-4 channels. You know what I mean? He got 100,000 subscribers. It is goals. Because once you get 100,000 subscribers, you're a professional YouTuber.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because
So I'm admiring what you're doing, but you even feel like, hey, I got a long way to go still.
But it's about, I want to be a digital nomad. And if this Corona time didn't teach anybody something else, you want to be able to make money from your computer. You want to pimp your computer. I want to be somewhere in Fiji.
Dude, I don't want to go to anybody's office.
No, I don't want to go to nobody's office. And so now I'm even dumbing down my landscaping business because I'm not cutting yards no more. I'm not doing landscaping projects no more.
And probably managing the crews is probably a lot of work too, even if you're not the one delivering the work. Just managing.
I don't manage it. I just subcontract out to work to other crews.
Let them do it.
Let them do it, and I just get a percentage of it. So a lot of people can't secure the jobs or the contracts or have that network.
Do you do that in the DR as well?
I do it from there. When they call me,
like you have crews down there doing it.
No. Okay. Well, so what I do down there is like you see me clearing out lots of people. Like somebody bought a lot or somebody has a property, I go clear that out. So yeah, I do that down there too. Okay. And so I manage them. Okay. I manage I get the guys with the backhoes, the dump trucks, and I clear. So it's just what I do, and I take that down there. And so like when all the properties that I build, I will manage. Okay. So I'll be running the HOAs and doing the landscaping like that down there because the labor is so affordable down there. And I can still make some money. That's true. Pennies in the pound make dollars out the wild. Okay.
Yeah. Wow. So to me, you like the ultimate hustler, man. You doing it here, you doing it there. And
it took time.
It took time to build that up, right?
And that's not, I'm not making a hellified lot of money, but
it doesn't take a lot of money.
It don't take a lot of money. That's what a lot of people understand. Yeah, I want a Porsche 911, but I'm not paying for it. Because a Porsche 911, I could build another condo.
Okay. So would you recommend somebody that to just like a DR, any country, to do what you've done? Like, what advice would you have for somebody that was interested in doing what you've done?
What you have to do is secure your financial backing from America.
Okay.
You got to make the dollar work for you.
Okay.
You got to leave. You got to get out the rat race. Mm-hmm. A lot of guys, they do crypto, they do Forex, they do a lot of trading. Mm-hmm. You can do that from DR.
You can do that anywhere in the world. I'm very much into trading right now. And that's one of the things when I think about where Reggie goes next, I want to stick with the trading because you can do that anywhere in the world. Yeah.
And so, like, let's say my apartment in DR costs $450. $400, and that's kind of high, but it's.
You know, in trading, you can do that in a day.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
You can do a lot more than that in a day. Yeah.
So I'm just giving people numbers. Like, realistically, my monthly budget from DR is like $1,500, $2,000 a month. Mm-hmm. That's kicking and balling. I ain't sitting there waiting to get paid. I ain't waiting on no deposits. I'm not.
Hell, you probably paying the whole year off if you want
to. Right. Yeah, you get a better deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's like with my space on the beach. It was paid for. I pay it every 6 months. Mm-hmm. You get a better deal.
Yes, to be done. And plus, it's peace of mind. You're done with it.
Right. And then it's like this. I smoke cigars and drink whiskey. Mm-hmm. Why would I go to somebody else's spot and pay a premium when I can open my spot, make some money, and do what I do for free? Mm-hmm. So now I live for free and I drink and smoke for free. I got all my vices out the way.
Hey, and those are good vices, I like to say. And your bar, when people come to your bar, is Jameson on tap? What they can get when they come down and kick it with you on Sosua Beach? What can they expect?
A lot of brothers bring. It's like brothers been dropping bottles off of Jameson. Brothers been bringing Douce.
You known for that, right?
Yeah. And
Jameson, y'all need to hit this man up. That's what I'm gonna say, y'all, because he gives y'all a lot of love. Y'all don't even know it.
Yeah. And what's so funny is my homeboy Jack. Shout out to Jack's Pizza on Highland Avenue. He's He gets me all the Jameson merch.
Okay.
You know, I got a pair of Jameson Chuck Taylors. You know, I got
they have Jameson Chuck Taylors?
They got some Jameson Chucks. Okay. I got some Jameson. He got me some shoes for Christmas. I got like all kind of crazy Jameson stuff that I got Jameson Nightlight. I got Jameson crazy stuff. So my girl used to manage Corner Tavern. Uh-huh. And so Corner Tavern was the biggest Jameson seller in Atlanta.
Okay.
And so the reps would always give her stuff to give to me.
Okay.
I just got some crazy Jameson stuff the other day. Uh-huh. So it's love. I got only thing I want now that she wouldn't let me get was the Jameson surfboard. They got a Jameson surfboard.
Do you surf?
No, but in VR, I'm gonna take my little board out there in front.
Okay, you put that shit out on the shop. Yeah. Just put it. Yeah. You hang it on the wall.
What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the beach with my surfboard and flirt with Dominican chicks all
what
day.
you do is just walk around.
Yeah, that's all. You
just walk around with a surfboard.
I'm gonna have a surfboard and a bottle of Jameson, post up right here on the beach and smoke my cigar.
I gotta come see that. Send me photos when that happens, and tell me when to come. I'll be there.
Right. And so, like, you came to the spot. You see, I got lockers. Nobody has lockers on the beach. Mm-hmm. So I got a couple guys that rent the lockers for $40 a month, and I rent the lockers out for like $5 a day, like 200 pesos.
Okay.
So you want to lock up your phone. I make more money like renting out the lockers. Passive income. It pays my rent.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, just little simple stuff. And everybody's like, damn. You know, it was like, because I don't sell, and this is why you got to leverage. So I got with somebody that's next door. You know, he sells the food, and a lot of times he sells a lot of the different liquors. I sell the bourbons and the whiskeys, and he runs my shop when I'm not there. Mm-hmm. But I also bless him. I add value to his situation, so he don't mind taking care of my stuff.
Okay.
He called me the other day. Every week or end of the month, he let me know how many sticks we sold, what's the cash flow, what we got in the bank. You know, and he handles my pays my electric bill and stuff like that. My assistant Zara, shout out to Z.
Z, what's up, Z? I like Z.
Yeah, Z is a
good people. Good people, yeah.
And so Zara, she take care of everything too. So Zara, she goes down and handle the business, restock the spot with cigars. I got her going to clear off my a lot for me next week. She's handling the logistics of that. Mm-hmm. So you got to have people.
And when you're here in Atlanta right now,
on the phone working.
You working, but you're still in touch with things going by that.
Right. Exactly.
Now, is the shop actually open when you're not there?
It's open every day.
Okay, so who's running it for you?
The guy next door, Freddie.
Freddie's running. Oh, Freddie's running it. Okay.
Freddie's running it.
Okay.
So and that was the thing. I got with Freddie because he already had employees. Mm-hmm. I ain't had to look for employees. He speaks the language, and I bring him business.
He probably got guys coming there every day saying, "Where's Beau?
Yeah.
Where's Beau?" They're probably looking for you, right?
Yeah, he said, "Hey, Beau, like I got 3 bottles of Jameson. Some cats came by and dropped you off some Jameson."
Wow.
I said, man, put it in the locker, man. Put it in the locker. Yeah.
So you never have to run out of Jameson.
Bro, it's insane. I would appreciate it. I got Jameson for like days.
You the blessing and you being blessed.
But you got to reciprocate that.
That's right.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times I tell people, when I say that all the time, and people didn't get what I mean, I'm like, I'm the blessing. Mm-hmm. But you got to be blessing people to get that back.
That's right.
So you add value like Z. I taught her how to. I was like, yo, you speak English. Teach cats how to speak English. So now she got cats speaking English. One cat hit me up the other day from L.A. He was like, yo, I run a CPR business, and I do it virtually. I would love to. I want to move to DR. Could you contact me with Z? I'll pay her to teach other people how to do it. And I always send her money.
And she could do it in she's bilingual. So yeah.
And so that's what she said. She was like, I'm becoming a blessing. I'm a big old blessing now. You know, it's just so funny, you know. So, and now, you know, it's just like people like, when you add value, you do things. Now, it didn't change her life. She's making money from 5-6 different ways. She just opened up a scooter company. She's renting out scooters now. But it's just conversations of like what we talking like. She used to come to the States and work every summer with a visa program. Okay. But I was like, yo, if you can make this money here, would you go to the States? She said, nah, I like my country.
Okay.
So now she's making that money. She's like,
and she knows both sides of it. Both sides. So, folks, check out Z. That's Beau's assistant. Yeah. Beautiful girl, great spirit, great personality. Just somebody that's
funny as hell.
Super funny. Yeah. But just a genuine young woman.
Yeah, genuine good person. Yeah. And I tell a lot of guys, they go over there and they don't get genuine people like that because they're only looking for a certain kind of thing. And so, like the first time I went to DR in 2007 or 2008, I went to the university. I said, what kind of woman? I want a high-quality woman. I'm not going to go to the whorehouse looking for no good woman. I'm going to the university where they got stuff going on.
So you found Z?
No. I just, Z stayed at the same, her mom got a condo where I was renting at. Okay. Yeah, so she got, and I would always see her and just say, what's up, man? I said, oh, you speak English. And what the thing is, you got to get somebody. They got a gringo price and they got a Dominican price. You got to get a Dominican front person.
Should people reach out to you if they need that?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and so that's why I'm the blessing because I had Freddie negotiate the deal and he's Dominican. So he's my front man on the business side. And when I need something else done, Z does the front person of that. And then I go through other people. I just don't want the gringo price, so I just stay in the back.
So you have a network.
You got to have a network. Okay. Every business I did by myself, I lost money. When I implemented other people, I don't need 100%. Some business I have 30% interest in, 50%, 60%. I would give somebody. I'm not hoarding all the resources. So I'm gonna bless you. You bless me. Even swap ain't no swindle.
That's. I like that. Last thing I want to ask you about on the video. Do you have a favorite video topic that because you seem to you all over the board. What do you like when if anyone want to say, Beau? You know, you talk about everything, but what do you enjoy talking about the most? What's kind of what you're kicking
Food and booze.
Food and booze.
Food and booze.
You got some cool food on there, man.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm a foodie. I've always been a foodie. I went to, around the corner back in the day, they had, right behind here, the brother Rashid Nuri. He has Truly Living Well. Okay. And right before I went to Afghanistan, 2012, I took his urban farmer program. And I was in the farm, learned how to farm. I went to Brenda Carr Living Foods Institute off of Howard Mill, and I became almost like a raw food chef. Oh, wow. So, you know, I had clients who was diagnosed with cancer, fibroids, and other things that they had to learn how to eat raw and to heal themselves naturally. So, kind of like the Dr. Sebi vibe. So, whether it's, I do a lot of meatless meals, but whiskey and meat.
I'm trying to get up to speed on the meatless.
Yeah, meatless and whiskey don't go together. When I went 9 months without meat, I was still drinking Jameson. I was getting towed up quick.
You don't have nothing to absorb that shit.
Yeah, but I still like meat, so that's why you see we'll go somewhere and get a tomahawk. You know, and we were talking about the tomahawk.
Yeah, you talking about the tomahawk at House, right?
Yeah, no,
was it not House?
Highland Tap.
Highland Tap.
What's today? Tuesday?
Yeah.
I told you I owe you lunch now. We go to get the steak burgers today.
We just might have to.
Yeah.
We just might have to.
Let me know now. So, I mean, I love the food. I love the booze. But I just also love the culture because I didn't grow up I didn't never go on vacation with my family. Mm-hmm. I never went to Disneyland. I never went to Disney World. The only place I went was Vacation Bible School. Mm-hmm. And nobody in my family had a passport. Mm-hmm. So when I met this girl from Ghana, she was from a family from Ghana, but she lived in Vancouver.
Keep talking. I'm checking us out. Keep talking.
And that was the first place I went to was Vancouver when I was 23. And the response I got from being from Atlanta, just being black and traveling, I just got up with other cats and they said, man, let's go to Panama, let's go to Belize, let's go here. And I would just tag along. Now I travel alone everywhere. If I ain't with my girl, I have my homeboy say, man, meet me somewhere. Let's go, bro. I'm going.
That sounds like a good deal to me.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a good deal to me. Hey, brother, that burger sound good, so we might have to do that.
Yeah, it's on me. It's on me.
Hey, I got Beau Rakes.
Yes, sir.
Beau Rakes YouTube channel.
Yeah, BEAU.
Tell him what to do.
RAKES. Mr. Dabbling Fucker himself. Beau Rakes.
And remember, Stickmen Podcast. You'll see the full video on Stickmen Podcast. Check us out on Instagram, YouTube. I'm kicking it with Beau Rakes. I'm honored today, brother.
Man, it's been a pleasure. Hey. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you some of them cigars. When the next person come back this way, I'm going to get you some Maduros.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's do it. Yes, let's do it. Check them out. Sosua Beach, DR, the unofficial ambassador of DR.
Yes, sir.
Beau Rakes,
yes,
Reggie Kimball. Put out, what? I got to say it right. Puff, sip, chat, repeat.
Yeah.
I'm out.
And shout out to Havana Cigar for hosting.
Oh, yeah. So Havana Cigars, Heather, Rafa. Mm-hmm. Appreciate y'all.